What's up, art family? Taylor Payton of thebeginnerdrawingcourse.com here, and today I'm going to be doing the one line art challenge. Basically, you just have to put your stylus, yeah, that's the word for it. You put your stylus down and you do a drawing in one line without ever lifting it back up. And I'm going to be doing this in real time so you know that my hand is actually on the tablet. I don't have a second camera, so you'll just have to deal with that and take my word for it as I'm scribbling like a madman here. I've actually already started, sort of unintentionally, and quite clearly we're making a huge mess. But maybe it's like so hard not to take my hand off here. Maybe we can turn this into something. I'm hesitating. I can actually stop. You can stop and you can think about it. You might ask, like, why would you do something like this? Like, what's the point? I don't want to pick my hand up so badly. I think that the point being is that this isn't the best way to build skill. This isn't the best way to make a drawing, but it's a really fun way to test your skills and your resolve and just have some goofy content that people can watch and try not to let your hand die in the process. The Wacom pen's actually pretty slippery when you're holding it down continuously. I'm seeing like a head, I think, in this pile, so I'm going to try and travel up toward where I could turn it into a face, maybe coming out of a pond of scribbles or something. So we're going to run over to here and try and create an eye. Boy, this is not easy. I wonder if it's easier if you use a bigger brush. So there's one eye. I'm going to try and find a way to get over to the other side. Oh, come on. This is really not fun hand-wise. All right, let's make the other eye. Oh, and I have so many of my wings are clipped. I can't flip the canvas because that would mean taking my hand off. And I can't erase. It's just... Ooh, it's a challenge. Okay, so let's go down to where the nose might be. And then kind of lay a nostril in there. Oh boy. And then maybe go back. I think that this really forces you to kind of think about and economize the way that you lay your lines down. All right, so maybe looking off to the side. I'm just trying to build up these areas of density to kind of falsify the shadow of things. So if I start to shade this whole side, that whole side over there, I can start to turn forms more accurately. I'm finding it difficult to lay in the proportions properly because I'm so used to being able to lift up, my hands at this point getting more and more used to having the lines be one continuous scribbly mess, and you just kind of got to accept it. It's like, do we go for eyebrows? Nah, let's not do it yet. I'm going to build up some of the area around the eye, and then I'm going to run back down and try to get an ear going, maybe. Maybe we'll see. Gosh, this is not easy. This is a hard time. All right, so there's kind of an ear. And then maybe we can go back around to the jaw somewhere, around from that ear. Oh boy, okay. Something's happening. You just gotta trust the process. You gotta trust it. Just gotta trust that process. Again, I'm using the density of the lines to try and create that separation. Lines that I run over multiple times, and then try to strategize a way to get to the other side of the face, like right here. Yeah, so I'm pulling out more of the contour of the face that way. I'm just trying to darken the head overall, so you can tell it apart from all the scribbles I made when I started. I actually didn't plan on just starting up, but I figure since we already had some movement, we should just continue. And what you see me doing, I'm like grabbing, keeping the pencil down and readjusting my hand. I'm not lifting it up. It's just that with the pressure, my hand is like falling down my stylus and almost touching my tablet. So that doesn't make it very good for drawing. So I'm just holding the stylus down. So I'm on the same line, but I'm resetting my hand so that it doesn't fall off, because then the line would lift up. So we got to get a mouth in there because it's a head, you know. And then we got a little bit of neck action down there. Maybe I can shade that in. All right, just shade that little area in right there. Like all of my notions of making pretty marks, like mark making that actually makes sense, have kind of gone out the window in favor of this. I kind of want to scribble around more for the areas around the head, so I can give it the feeling of a ground plane. It's like a head embedded in some scribbles. Maybe I can get more contrast from the scribbles on the ground, and that will help pop the head forward. Because if we can create some light and shadow using a really ridiculous method like this, I think that'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is just, I don't understand this challenge, but I was completely out of ideas for content, to be honest. I'm working very hard to do well on this mentorship that I'm having with One Fantastic Week, and I haven't had a lot of time for updating content. So I want to do something interesting, something applicable, and that's why we're here. To hopefully prove that everything I show you in my beginner drawing course isn't just BS. You can use this stuff even doing ridiculous challenges like this one. Alright, so I can feel the pressure and blood in my fingers like changing. This is not something that the human hand is meant to do. And my preview hasn't updated. The navigator window hasn't updated, so that's actually the best tell right there, that I haven't lifted the pencil up, because if you look at the upper right corner of the screen, it hasn't refreshed at all, meaning that it only does that after you lift your pencil. So this is me trying to get a mouth in here. I think it's probably a bad idea, but maybe this whole challenge is a bad idea. Maybe I should just be quiet and make beginner drawing course episodes and just never upload anything else ever at all. Just stay in your niche, stay in your lane. This is so hard. Okay, maybe like concern. Maybe he's concerned that the pencil hasn't lifted up yet. I gotta readjust my hand real quick. Okay, we're still on the same line. Yep, there's concern. There's concern in this man's face. And then we'll kind of run back to the other eyebrow. There's a lot of concern. This would make for probably a really funny thumbnail for the video. It's just like, oh, why are you doing this? Why do you only have one line? It's just like this scribbly sad face. Oh, this is ridiculous. Is this what you want? You don't want drawing lessons. You want clickbait. You want to see the stuff that gets millions of views. You don't want to learn anything about this. I'm kidding. I know you guys want to learn. You leave me the best comments, and I love you all. But this, I don't know if I can love this. This is difficult. It's like scribbling. I'm just going to create another head, you know? Why not? We're already way off the deep end here in terms of what's going on with existence. So we'll have another head. This one will be a chick. Maybe he's concerned. She's like evil or something. You always want to ask yourself, what is this drawing about? And at this point, it's about scribbles and heads. So that's what we're going with. This is the one-line art challenge is what this is about. We didn't have time to think of a grand narrative. Although, to be honest, I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of it, weirdly. Like, I'm not thinking so much about it anymore, I'm just drawing. And I feel like there's a sense of comfort. I mean, definitely not in my hand. My hand's cramping up like it's going out of style. But when it comes to just working in this way, I feel better about it. Even if it is really ugly. You gotta be willing to make some ugly drawings, to be honest. You really do. Like, you gotta be willing to make some really crappy guitar riffs or some bad meals. Like, you just gotta be willing to fail. That's how you learn your stuff. And by your stuff, I mean your fundamentals in your craft. The kind of stuff I teach in the beginner drawing course. Alright, so there's another head with like a weird, more of a girl face. Girls gotta have hair though. There we go. It's a little more ladylike. And down to here. Sweet. Alright, why not just another head? Another head over here in the background. Gosh, my hand hurts. Readjust. Okay. Another head angle. This one's gonna be more like a Spider-Man face. Why not just Spider-Man face it with all these weird lines? There we go. You notice that as I build up the density, it creates a thicker outline and therefore allows it to read clearer. And as I draw on the contours of the form, you can see that we get more dimensionality as long as I follow the forms of whatever I'm drawing. So now we got like a Spider-Man piece right there. I just started drawing Spider-Man. Why did I ever start just drawing a random head? It should have always just been Spider-Man. The main lesson that you need to learn from the Beginner Drawing Course channel is just always draw Spider-Man, and everything will work out. Everything will be fine. Yeah, so I guess that is like enough of the one-line challenge. I know, like, what's his face? ZHC did it for 3 hours or whatever, but I ain't got that kind of time, man. I think for the first one-line art challenge, it's pretty decent. I kind of want to noodle on these eyes some more because they're so bad, and I just want to make them worse. Does that make sense? I just want them to get worse, so I'm going to really mess with them. Really going to mess with these. Oh, and I lifted it up because you saw it refreshed. I guess that is the official first one-line art challenge attempt, and my hand meat is sad. So I'm going to take a little break. Alright, so I took a little break to watch what I had done, and I'm still going to upload this video. I still think it's rather amusing, but my hand is actually still sore after watching the full video, which concerns me a little bit. I really, this is my breadwinner. I play music with it. I make drawings with it. I'm not trying to goof up my hand for a challenge, so I think we're going to do some more hand-friendly challenges just to make sure that I don't encourage people to hurt their hands, for one, but two, create some art that's more interesting and based on less ridiculousness. But yeah, let's wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a lot of fun. If you want to check out thebeginnerdrawingcourse.com for courses, tutorials, all that good stuff, you certainly can. Otherwise, feel free to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. This has been Taylor Payton, and happy drawing.